Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, we are from Group 12 are going to discuss about the role application of biotechnology in weed management. But first thing first, let me introduce myself and our group member. My name is Veristia Jaya Nirwana with student number 234, and then there is Desti Dwi Artanti with student number 233, Ilham Faiza with student number 239, Isna Yuni Istiarin with student number 242. And then the last one is Uliatul Mufmi Rohanika with student number 243. Next.
This is a map of discussions in our presentations. We talk about definitions, goals, advantage, and disadvantage. With control of weed with allelopathy, by technology in weed control, by control of weed with plants pathogens, developing crops resistant to herbicide, and the last, development of crops herbicide selectivity. Next. Agriculture by technology definitions is branding techniques that alter living organisms or part or organisms to make or modify product, improve plants or animal, or develop microorganisms for specific agricultural uses. Next. We talk about biotechnology in weed management is the process application of biotechnology, biochemical and engineering principle in material processing by analyzing living body agents and their components to products, goods and service in weed control, keeping and minimizing the weed populations and their growth below the level of economic injury to the crop with minimum environmental pollution. Next, opportunity for the application of biotechnology in weed management. First, the development and use of bioherbicide, i.e. the use of plants pathogenic organisms such as fungi, bacteria, and viruses as biotechnology control agents. The second, the discovery and use of naturally occurring herbicides. Third, the genetic improvement of crops tolerance to herbicide. And the last is the use of genetically engineered microorganisms for others area of weed management such as the decontaminations of herbicide, split or the protections of selected crops against herbicide injury. Next.
So now we are going to talk about the advantages of utilization of biological weed control agents. The first one is about host specificity. Since biological weed control agents has a high host specificity, it will not kill cultivated plants, it only kills the targeted weeds. The second point is about permanency. Once these control agents are established, they become a permanent fixture in the environment and year by year they will reappear to have an impact on the weed. The third is about cost effectiveness. Like I said before in the permanency point, that it will be reappear to have an impact on the weed year by year. That it means that we don't have to reapply or repurchase it. So it is a very cost effective with management approach. And then the last one about advantages is environmental safety. There are no toxic residues associated with these agents, and also it will not harm, especially for human and environment. Next. Beside the advantages, there are disadvantages. It takes a lot of time and patience for the biological agents to work on a weed population, different with chemical herbicides that can kill the weeds immediately. And then expensive at startup. Like I said that It can be cost-effective in a long run, but the process of actually setting up a biological control system is expensive, especially for the large scale. And then about host specificity, not only has an advantage, but the point of host specificity is also have disadvantage that if even it will not kill the cultivated plants, they will not be helpful in attacking other species of weeds they cannot utilize, since it in some croplands it's possible to face a different types of weeds. So when a cropland has a different types of weeds, it means that we have to provide a different types of biological control agents too. Next.
Next is control the weeds with allelopathy. What is allelopathy? Allelopathy can be narrowly defined as chemical warfare between different plant species. Both crops and weeds produce phytotoxin that could be allelochemicals that provide an advantage in plant-to-plant competition. Allelopathy could be used in weed management. And then we can use allelopathy cover or smoother crops like sorghum, sundanensis, buckwheat, wheat, and rye. Next. Development of crop herbicide selectivity. Herbicides generally function by disrupting unique and essential process in plant, like photosynthesis, mitosis, pigment biosynthesis, or essential amino acid biosynthesis. Selectivity is mostly based on differential herbicide uptake between weeds and crops, controlled timing and site of application or rapid detoxification of the herbicide by the crop plants. Nice.
Okay, the next one we will talk about developing crop resistant to herbicide. A. Source of herbicide resistance. First, germplasm collection. Conventionally, the herbicide resistance can be found in the crop species itself or its wild and weedy relative. Second, artificial random mutagenesis. Generally target a specific enzyme and even a small artificial mutation created by random mutagenesis at specific site, so that enzyme can be a source of resistance to herbicide. Third, site-specific mutagenesis. With advancement of molecular biology and nucleotide sequence data, it has now become easy to target specific domain of an enzyme and create site-specific mutation using genome editing tools. Fourth, transgenic. Several bacteria genes are known to confer resistance to herbicide. B. Molecular mechanism of herbicide resistance. Based on the several studies, following mechanism of resistance to herbicide are proposed. First, alter target site. Second, enhance metabolism. Third, compartmentalization or sequestration. Fourth, overexpression of the target protein. C. Conventional approach to develop tolerant crops. First, screening for natural variation in various germplasm lines of diverse source. Second, using available genes or in gene pool or genes present in wild relatives. Third, use of random mutagenesis for creating variation for resistance to herbicide. D. Germplasm screening. Evaluation of germplasm is done by screening them under sprayed conditions. E. Wild relatives and wild species. F. Mutant screening. Mutation is a great source of herbicide resistance in the crops, where enough variability for herbicide resistance is not available in crop germplasm. G. The most commonly employed technique in developing herbicide-resistant crop variety transgenic are the Heterobacterium and the particle bombardment methods, respectively. Next. Okay, let's move to biocontrol of weeds with plant pathogens. Plant pathogens are used in non-classical inundative release of microherbicides. Of all pathogens, we have received most attention for biological control of weeds. because they are the most common class of pathogens attacking higher plants and are the easiest pathogen on which to work. The four critical areas to consider when assessing a candidate pathogens are: first, taxonomy; second, life cycle; third, pathogenicity testing; and fourth, host specificity. Next.
Okay, the last section is biotechnology in weed control. As we know, genetic alteration could be used either to expand the host range of a plant pathogen that infects only one or very few plant species, or to reduce the host range of a plant pathogen that attacks almost all of the plants. So one of the suggested approach by scientists is to modify virulent and non-selective plant pathogens such as Sclerotinia, Phytophthora, Pseudomonas, and Rhizoctonia spp, rendering them auxotrophic. Auxotrophic is the inability of an organism to synthesize a particular organic compound required for its growth. An auxotrophic is an organism that displays these characteristics. So we can use the sclerotinia for weed management. Why sclerotinia? Because sclerotinia can affect a large range of weeds in the world and limit with the amino acid that was essential aided. Without the amino acid in the application formulation, the pathogen would not infect, thereby ensuring that non-spray plants would not be infected, that the pathogen would not spread from infected plant to non-target plants. So the conclusion is biotechnology in weed control is the process application of biological, biochemical, and engineering principle in material processing by utilizing living body agents and their component to product goods and service in weed control. This method has advantages that are safety, host specificity, and can make cost more effective. The disadvantages are expensive, need specialists to visit, and the process is slow. The method of using biotechnology in weed control, among others, are using allopathy plants, develop the selectivity herbicides, using resistant crops, and the last is using the biocontrol of weed management. It's all from our presentation. Do you still have any question? Let's discuss it together at WhatsApp group. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.